All right, racers. It is 6:55. I'm going to go ahead and move racing to 7:05. I'm going to have a nice lengthy drivers meeting for all the new racers. Get them all acquainted. So with that being said, can we get all racers, anybody who is driving a car, over to the concrete wall by the off-road track? Meet up by the concrete wall at the off-road track for a driver's meeting. These are required, cannot skip it. If you are racing a car, make your way from the pits over to the off-road wall. Drivers' meetings are mandatory. Let's get everybody over there now. It is 7:02. Can I get the pits quiet? Can I get the pits quiet just for one moment? There are a couple of American flags situated around the Plex. Please remove your hats. We will be playing the national anthem here in just a moment. All right, 7:04, race number 1, Sportsman to the track in 1 minute. Right here. I got the batteries, so I just got to put them in. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I was going to make that announcement and then go put them out. But you done beat me to it. Race number 1. Start making your way to the track. Sportsman, Ryan Hahn, Tony Hunton, Justin Fay, David McBain, Chase Hatton, Shannon Walp. That's race number 1. Need marshals from number 10, 13.5, late model. Mike, Artie, Jason, John Ford. 4 guys in that one. Make your way to the track for marshaling, please. It is a very healthy night of racers. Should not be struggling with marshals. Put your car in the impound when your race is over and make your way straight out to the track after your race is over. Keep a steady flow of marshals going on and off the track. Nobody should be walking back to the pits after their race. I'm looking for my 13.5 late model racers. Mike Basham, Artie Popwell, and Jason Basham to Mike, Artie, Jason to the track for marshaling. That's your 13.5 late model class. To the track. Oh, watch the front stretch. Watch the front stretch. We have a car down. All right, track is open. Oh, watch the left side of the track. Watch 3 and 4. Watch 3 and 4. It's clear. Broken truck on the practice lap. All right. Shut the track down. Shut the track down. Pull the cars into the middle of the track. All right. So if you are not aware of how our starts work, I will call you all to start rolling the cars around the track, and I will start the clock. Whenever you get across the line, your time has started. These are rolling starts. So go ahead and start rolling them off. Roll the cars, roll them off. Go ahead and get them spread out. Get them spread out so you're not on top of each other through the turns. The race will go live in less than 5. There's the tone. We have Ryan crossing the line first. Tony, David, Justin, Chase. That's all 5. Oh, watch the front stretch go low down the front. It's clear. So Ryan, first one across the line, going to be number 3 on the clock. The title spot going to Justin Fay out front. Justin on a 44.4 flat. He's got 2 seconds over Tony. Justin, he's going to be in that gray and black Fox body. Crossing the line there. Down the backstretch he goes. Ford Raptor crossing the line there. He's got 3 seconds over Tony. Tony in that 2 spot. He is going to be in that all red, gray, black Traxxas stock body. Crossing the line there. Oh, gets into the wall. That was your number 2 car. Big crash for him. He's pulling into the middle of the track. Tony off the track. Looks like Justin having a long lap as well. Running order, moving all around. Justin now holding out a huge lead. He's now got 10 seconds over Chase. Ryan up into that 3 spot. David in the 4. We are 1:30 down, 2:30 left to go. Justin, Chase, Ryan, David. Your leader down the front stretch now. Cross the line there. Gray and black orange Ford Raptor body. He's now got 9 seconds over Chase. Chase making up time. Chase making up some time. He is in that all-white black rims. Oh, rolls it over. That was your number 2 car. Chase, big crash there. He has a pretty big lead over Ryan now. Racing is spreading out. No guys are close to the next. Justin out front. Chase, 15 seconds behind him. Ryan, 15 seconds behind Chase. And David, 2 seconds away from that 3 spot, right behind Ryan. So racing really spread out right now. We are watching the race for the number 3 spot. That's between David and Ryan. David up into the 3. Ryan falling down to the 4. Oh, looks like Ryan getting in the wall. Chase, even bigger lead. David and Ryan. 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Racing has spread out even more. Justin, 16 second lead now for your leader. Chase, 17 seconds over David. David, 8 seconds over Ryan. No close racing happening right now. Your leader down the front stretch now. He's got the white car in front of him. The green one behind. Oh, he's going to get caught up in some crash cars. He's going to get through it, not too hurt. 3:30 down, 30 seconds left on the clock. Your leader, Justin Fay, 43.403. 5.1 is the hot lap. Chase in that 2 spot, 30 seconds behind him now. David in the 3, 15 seconds behind Chase. And another 15 seconds back, going to be Ryan. Everybody super spread out. There's the bell. Keep on going. Justin going by one more time. He will be done at the line. Justin, you are done. Chase, David, Ryan, you are done. That's our race. Justin going to take the TQ spot, chasing the 2 and David in the 3. All right, track is open. Track is open. Thank you for making your way back out here, marshals. All right, shut the track down, shut the track down. Got a few guys to check in. All right, nobody crossed the line but the names I call. Ronnie Sadler across the line. All right, Eddie Sadler across the line. All right, get them rolling, get them rolling. We're ready to race. Start making laps, start making laps. Race will go live in less than 5. Chris, Ronnie, Paul, Thomas, Dean, and Eddie. That's all 6 of my racers crossed and rolling. So Dean, 4th one on the clock, going to be out front. Chris in that 2 spot, Eddie in the 3, Paul 4, Ronnie 5, Thomas 6. Oh, Dean was your leader, 11-second lap, down to the 5 spot. Struggling out here, 30 seconds down, 4:30 to go. Yeah. Right now, Chris Workman out front, 48 in a 5:03. He's got Dean in that 2 spot, about 8 seconds behind him. Big gap there. Ronnie in the 3. Oh, now Ronnie up to the 2. Dean with a long lap. Paul in the 4. Eddie in the 5. Thomas in the 6. Racing is spreading out. Battle for the 2 spot. 1 second apart. We have Dean in the 2, Ronnie in the 3, Paul in the 4. Close racing among that bunch. So Dean, all white, yellow stripe, yellow and green, 56. Down the backstretch he goes. Oh, rolling it over on another car. He was your number 2. Here comes Paul Taylor, not too far back. About 3 seconds behind him. So your leader going to be Chris Workman. Going to be in that all-white number 48 body. Or 46 body down the backstretch. Now to the front goes your leader. Cross the line there. Oh, doing a spin out. All-white number 46. Leading him off. He has 1 second over Dean, making up lots of time. Now 3/10 of a second. Dean going to take the point on that last lap. All white, yellow, and green trim. Number 56 now to the point. Hot lap for him. 5.6. Chris with a 5.9. Now 3 seconds down. Oh, your leader getting caught on the wall. Using reverse. One thing is, there is no reverse on this track. Keep that in mind. Dean had an 11-second lap. Chris going to take back the point. Making up that time quickly. Chris, super long lap. Didn't see what happened to him. Now Dean back out front. Paul about to move up into that 2 spot. We are 3 minutes down. 3:15 down, 1:45 left to go. Dean out front. Chris in that 2 spot. Paul in the 3. Thomas 4. Ronnie 5. Eddie 6. 3:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Your leader crossing the line there. All white, green, and yellow. Number 56 crossing the line. He's on a 46.505 on a TQ pace. He's got 6 seconds over Paul Taylor moving up to the 2 spot. Chris falling down to the 3. Thomas about 14 seconds away from that podium starting position. Dean, Paul, Chris, your top 3 right now. All big time spread out. 50 seconds on the clock. Dean, 10 seconds over Paul. Paul's got 10 seconds over Chris. Chris, 11 seconds over Thomas. No close racing happening right now. Just keep the car on its wheels. Oh, car down. Didn't see what happened. Is that the body? All red. All red. Number 51. Looks like the body clips are missing. That's going to be Thomas Sadler in the 4 spot. Yeah, can't be cutting the track like that. Got to keep up your lap, Thomas. All right, there is the clock. Dean out front one more time. There he is. He is done. Looking for Paul, Thomas, Ronnie, Eddie. Eddie, Thomas, looking for Paul and Ronnie. There they are. That's a race. Race is over. Dean going to take that one. Paul in the 2 and Chris in the 3. Put your cars in. Put your cars off to the side and make your way back out to the track for marshaling. Track is open. Thank you to my marshals for getting out here quickly. All right, let's get them ready to race. All of my cars are checked in. Let's get them rolling, get them rolling. Only four cars out here, should be able to get them pretty spread out. Race number 3 will go live, less than 5. Gonna be Tommy, Brandon, Eric, and Matt. All 4 cars checked and rolling. Already seeing a fight down the front stretch. Oh, Brandon gonna pull a big gap on Eric that time. We're only 20 seconds into. We got Brandon out front, Matt in the 2. Now Matt gonna take over the lead spot with a 4.3. Now a 4.2 from him. Brandon gonna throw back his own 4.2. He is now out front. Tommy in the 3, Eric in the 4. Super close racing among your top racers. Brandon out front on a 55.401. Fast lap 4.2 from him. Matt in that 2 spot. Oh, Brandon with another 4.2. He is pulling a gap now. He's got it 1 second over Matt Sinex. Oh, Matt's going to roll it over, get against the wall. So Matt now falling back to the 3 spot. He was on a 55 lap pace, now on a 52. Just then, hot lap for him, 4.2. So Tommy in that 3 spot, 1/10 of a second behind Matt. Matt making his spot back. He is 4 seconds behind Brandon. Brandon pulling away, 4.3 consistently. Matt with a 4.3 as well. No time made up. We are 1:45 down, 2:15 left to go. Your leader down the front stretch, crossing there. Down the back he goes, all yellow and white. Number 1. Down the front stretch he goes. He has Eric Mason in front of him. Make sure to give him plenty of room when he comes up on you. Thank you there. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. He's on lap 28 of 55. He has halfway to go. Brandon now working a 5-second gap. He's on a 55.4 flat. So close to the 56 lap pace. We've got Matt Sinex in that 2 spot. He's on a 54.404. 5.3 behind him. Matt's in that all gray, white wheels. Crossing the line there. Down the backstretch he goes. Now to the front. That's your number 2 car. He's got 5 seconds over Tommy. Tommy's got 16 over Eric. Everyone is spread out. No passes will be made so long as people keep the car on the wheels. We are 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Brandon out front, 55.4 flat. He is 0.06 of a second away from throwing down a 56 lap pace. A 4.2 and a 4.3 gonna put him on that pace. 56 and a 4.04. Matt Sinex 6 seconds off now. We are 3:30 down, 30 seconds left on the clock. Matt in the 2, Tommy in that 3 spot, and Eric gonna be pulling off the track. Your leader going by for 4 more laps. He's falling off of that 56. He's now on a 55. He does not have enough time to get back on it. He's going by for 1 more lap. When he crosses the line, your leader will be done. Brandon, you are finished. Tommy and Matt, you are done. That is a race. Brandon going to set an early TQ, 55.4 flat. All right, get them rolling. Get all the cars rolling. We got Larry, Sean, Dan, Johnny. You are trying to beat Brandon Roberts' TQ time of a 55 and a 4 flat. He was running consistent 4.4, 4.3. Race will go live in less than 5. Larry Knight, first one across. Gonna be Sean, Dan, Johnny. All 4 racers checked and going. First lap, Larry on a 4.3 first lap. 4.5, 4.2 is hot lap right there. He's on a 55 and a 4 flat now. He is on a TQ pace. Dan Stewart in that 2 spot, Sean in the 3, Johnny in the 4. Oh, Johnny gonna get it wrong. He was in that 4 spot. Now 5 seconds back. We are 45 seconds down, 3:15 left to go. Larry Knight on a 56 lap pace, 56 and a 4.04 flat. He is close to a 57 lap pace. Ran a 4.18 hot lap, beating out Brandon's hot lap by about 0.06 of a second. Dan Stewart in that 2 spot. He's about 5 seconds off of him. Looking to throw down a number 3 overall. Larry looking to reset the TQ. He is the all blue and white number 5. White wheels crossing the line there. He's down the backstretch. Now to the front, getting up on 2 wheels. Car did not like being pushed that hard. He's on a 56 and a 4.02. Dan Stewart in that 2 spot. Sean in the 3. Johnny in the 4. Your A main right now going to be Larry, Brandon, Matt, and Dan. Keep on racing. We are 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Larry, 56 and a 4.02. He's got to find about 0.3 of a second if he wants to be on a 57 lap pace. Lost a couple of tenths there. He went 5.5 and now 4.4. Another 4.2. He is dropping the pace. 2:30 down, 1:30 to go. 1 minute, 30 seconds left. No close racing happening in this one. Closest race on the track going to be the battle for the 2 spot. Dan and Sean. Dan in the 2, Sean in the 3, separated by 5 seconds. That's your closest race on the track. Dan looking to go for the number 4 spot overall. That is an A main position. 3 minutes down, 1 to go. 1 final minute. 4th quarter of the race. Larry 56 and a 4.02. The pace is not dropping. It is keeping steady. No mistakes, keeping it clean. And he will be tonight's top qualifier. He's got about 3 seconds to give up. He is well on a TQ pace right now. 0 mistake run from him. No bobbles. No turnarounds. Super clean run from him. 56 and a 4.03. He is 1.8 to the good. He's got 10 seconds left to go. Got to get around Dan Stewart. Give him plenty of room. Thank you very much. Your leader going by for 2 more laps. Now 1 more. Next time by, your leader will be done. Larry Knight at the line. 56.403, tonight's top qualifier. Dan Stewart in that 2 spot, Sean in the 3, Johnny in the 4. Woo. Damn, girl. Let's get those racers back out here to Marshall. So the way it sits, Larry Knight going to be tonight's top qualifier. You have Brandon Roberts in the 2, Matt Sinex in the 3, and Dan Stewart, that final spot in the A main. We're going to see Tommy, Sean, Johnny, and Eric brawling out in a B main. Oh, we are good on Marshall. Sean, you are watching that wall. Track is open. Track is open. It will. There's going to be a little bit of practice. You want to try some? All right. Get the trucks rolling. Get the trucks rolling. Race will go live. Less than 5. Matt, Christian, and here comes Max. That's all 3 of them. Let them get a couple laps in, see where they end up. All right, 30 seconds into this one. Matt Sinex working lap number 7 out front. He's on a 47.401. He's got 1 second over Christian Jenkins. Now Max in that 2 spot, Christian in the 3. 1 second between him and Max. So Matt out front on a 47.404. Now a 46.4 flat. Max Mason in that 2 spot, 1.4 behind him. Oh, Matt going to get into him. Now Matt with a huge lead. Christian up to the 2 spot. Max right behind him. 1/10 of a second separating those 2 cars. Christian with a 5.4. Max with a 5.3. Max is going to take that number 2 spot back. That is your closest racing happening right now. 2 and 3 car. Max and Christian. Max in that 2 spot. He's in the purple to blue going down the backstretch now. That's your number 2 car. He's got half a second over Christian. All red, silver, and black down the backstretch. He is falling behind the leader. Your leader, orange, gray, black, fox body. Crossing the line there. He's got 4 seconds over Max. Matt Sinex hot lap of the race. 5 flat. Max 5.19. Christian 5.3. We are 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Your leader out front, Matt Sinex, 56.401. Max in that 2 spot, 45.404. Christian in that 3, about 2 seconds behind Max. Racing is spreading out. Cars are spreading out. Looks like all three of our racers getting it mixed up on that back section. 5.8 for Matt, 8.5 for Max, and a 9-second lap for Christian. Racing will spread out even further. Matt and Max, 10 seconds apart. Max and Christian, 5 seconds apart. 30 seconds on the clock. Matt's on a 46.402. He's got a huge lead over Max. Final 10 seconds of the race. He's going to go by for two more laps for your leader. He will be done at the line this next time by. There's the bell. As he crosses, Matt Sinek's going to take the TQ. He is done. Max is done. Christian is done. That's a race. All right, shut the track down. Shut the track down. No more laps. No more laps. I got lots of cars to check in. Can I get Paul Taylor to cross the line? All right, Chris Workman crossed the line. Dean Riley crossed the line. And Chase crossed the line. All right, that's all my racers. Get them rolling. Get them rolling. Oh, watch turn 2. It's clear. Backstretch getting onto the back. Go low. Go low. It's clear. All right, get them spread out. Get them spread out. Race will go live in less than 5. We got Dean, Paul, Chris, Eddie, and Chase. All of them checked in, going. We are 15 seconds into this one. Your leader, Chris Workman. Oh, crash in turn two. Didn't see who that was. Big mistake there. That was our leader, Chris Workman, down to the 4 spot. Was out front, down to the 4. Eddie from the 2, now up to the 1. Ran a hot lap of a 5.3. Chris now 1 second behind him. Really close racing happening all over now. We are 1 minute down, 4 minutes left to go. Chris out front. Eddie half a second behind him. Now 1 second behind him. Chris going to throw down a hot lap. 5 flat. Eddie in that 2 spot. Paul in the 3. Dean 4. Chase 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them 1 second apart each. Chris and Eddie 3 seconds apart. Eddie and Paul 1.9. Paul and Dean 1 second. Racing very tight. Oh, Chris with a big mistake. 8 second lap for him. Looks like Eddie with a big mistake. Paul going to be up to that 2 spot. 0.2 of a second behind him. Going to be Dean Riley. Dean and Eddie back and forth. So your leader, Chris Workman out front, all white and blue, number 71, crossing the line there. He's on a 55 and a 5 flat. Dean Riley in that 2 spot, 53 and a 5.04. 6 seconds behind him. Now 7 seconds. Good moves there. Your leader now in a 56 lap pace. He's got 8 seconds over Dean Riley in that 2 spot. Paul Taylor in the 3. Eddie in the 4. Dean going to throw down his personal hot lap, 5.4. Paul with a 5.4. Eddie with a 5.3. Chase with a 5.2. Oh, Chris with another big mistake. Needs to keep him clean. This is our one and only heat. He did have 11 seconds. Now it's 8 seconds. We are 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go in this one. Your leader, all white, number 71. All white and blue, white wheels. Crossing the line there. He has 9 seconds over Dean. Dean going to be in the all red, I believe. Crossing the line. Oh, he's in the orange. Looks like color bomb. Blue. Number 56, black rims. Crossing the line there. That's your number 2 car. He's 10 seconds behind Chris and 10 seconds above Eddie. No close racing happening right now. Looks like Paul Taylor with a big broken car on the track. We are 3:45 down, 1:15 to go. Chris out front, 10 seconds over Dean. Dean's got 12 seconds over Eddie. And a minute 50 back is going to be Chase Sheldon. Don't know if he broke his car or pulled over. But he's back out there. 4 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Big gaps between every car. Chris going to reset that hot lap. 5.05. Dean with a 5.19. We are going by for 30 more seconds. 30 seconds left on the clock. Your leader down the front stretch, crossing the line there. 56 and a 4.034, Chris. Dean in that 2 spot. Orange, blue stripes, number 56, down the backstretch. Black rims. He is 17 seconds behind, 8 seconds up on Eddie. Eddie's going to be in that all red, black rims. Hot lap for him, going to be a 5.3. There's the bell, your leader going by. One more lap for Chris. Dean is done. Eddie, Chris, and Chase. That's a race. Race is over. So if you were in that last one, make your way back out to the track. Put your car in the drop-off area underneath the caller's booth. And make your way back out to the track. Looking for, I see Chris out here. Looking for Dean, Eddie, Chase, or Paul. All right, we are covered on Marshall's. Track is open. Watch turn 2, go low into, low into. It's clear. All right, these guys are ready to get it rolling. I have all 5 of my racers out there. Go ahead and get them rolling. Race will go live. Less than 5. Going to be Alton Henley. First across the line, Clinton, Matt, John, Anthony. All 5 racers checked in, rolling. We are 15 seconds in. Clinton Tishner out front. Matt in the 2 spot, John in the 3, Anthony in the 4, Alton in the 5. Oh, Clinton with a big mistake. From the 1 spot down to the 5. Had an 11-second lap. Going to be John Mosby out front. 47 and a 4.02. He's got 0.3 of a second over Matt. Matt in that 2 spot. Anthony in the 3. Alton up to the 4. Close racing for the 1 spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 seconds apart. All the way down the lineup. Oh, caution in turn 2. Go low, low, high. Being pushed around. Anthony going down. Alton getting caught on him. Everybody moving up a position. Anthony falling down the lineup. John out front. Matt in the 2 spot. Alton in the 3. That's your podium positions right now. 1:30 down, 2:30 to go. John Mosby out front. He's going to be rocking that all-orange number 1. Crossing the line there. He's got half a second over Matt Sinex. Matt is the car right in front of him. Blue, white, yellow, number 34. Down the backstretch he goes. Alton, stars and stripes. Number 14 crossing the line there. That's your number 3 car. John in the 1, Matt in the 2, Alton in the 3, Clinton in the 4, Anthony in the 5. That is your lineup. $2:30 down, $1:30 left to go. John out front, 47 and a 4.04. Matt about 1 second behind him. Race is spreading out. John throwing out some absolute heaters. He's got a 5.07. Matt, 5.069. 1,000th of a second beating him out on hot lap. 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. John out front, Matt in the 2, Alton in the 3, Clinton 4, Anthony 5. Alton in that 3 spot. He has Clinton right behind him in the 4. 2.5 seconds apart. Clinton Tishner going to be in the green and black, number 29. Down the backstretch he goes. He's in that number 4 spot. He's about 2 seconds off of Alton Henley. Battle for the 3. Final 15 seconds going down here. John working lap number 43. He's going to go by for 3 more laps, 3 more laps, 3 more laps now. Here comes the bell. He's on a 46-4 flat. This could be it. He's going to get by for 1 more. At the line, he will be done. 47 and a 4.05 for John. Going to take the TQ spot. Matt in the 2, Alton in the 3. That is your top 3 lineup for the Slash late model class. All right, track is open for racers in this one. James, Doug, Brandon, Dan. Heat 1 of 3. One thing I always like to advise, if there is more than one heat, finish out your race. There's only one qualifier. If you pull off, you could be risking a spot in that A main. Or worse, the B main, and putting you down in the C. The more runs you put on those tires, the slower they're going to get. So better to seat yourself higher in the lineup. All right, get them rolling, get them rolling. Race will go live. Less than 5. Doug, Brandon, Dan, James. Okay. I'm going to restart it. Don't worry. All right. Race will go live. Less than 5. Brandon. Dan, Jason, James, and Doug. That's all for my racers. All right, first couple laps going down. James Brew, they're going to be out front. He's got half a second over Doug. Brandon in the 3, Dan in the 4. That's your top 4 lineup right now. Your leader down the front stretch now. Oh, James going to get it wrong. 7-second lap for him. Didn't see what happened. He's down to the 3 spot. Brandon to the point. 4.2 is going to be his hot lap. He's on a 54 and a 4 flat. That is, I don't think that's going to be quick enough to be the TQ time. Going to need to find a couple more tenths out of that orange and white. White wheels going down the backstretch now. 1 minute in, 3 left to go. Doug in that 2 spot. 2 seconds behind him. Doug's going to be in that all black and white wheels. Down the front stretch he goes. 4.3 out of him right there. Hot lap 4.2. 4.4 from Doug. Consistent 4.5, 4.6. Lap times are slowing down a bit. Brandon out front. Dan Stewart up to that 2 spot. Doug in the 3. James down in the 4. We are 1:45 down, 2:15 left to go. Brandon, all orange, number 1 down the back stretch. He's on a 55 and a 4:01. That pace is much better. Now Dan Stewart in that 2 spot, 52 and a 4:02. 7 seconds behind him. Big gaps. Doug Townsend, 1/10 of a second now to the number 2 spot. Dan going to take it back that time. Close racing between them. 0.3 of a second. It is spreading out. Doug with a couple slow laps. 4.5, 4.5. Dan with a 4.3. Racing is spreading out between those 2 cars. Doug needs a couple hot laps. Just at a 6.3. Now he's 3 seconds behind Dan. And James, 15 behind Doug. It down in that 4 spot. Three minutes down, 1 left to go. Brandon out front, 55 and a 4:01. He's got 10 seconds over Dan Stewart now. Doug in that 3, James in the 4. No close racing. All orange, number 1. White wheels crossing the line there. He is in the middle of that pack of cars. He's got Doug Townsend right in front of him. He is the number 3 car on the track. Thank you for letting him by. You got Dan Stewart right behind you as well. Thank you for giving him room. Dan Stewart in that 2 spot. Doug in the 3. James in the 4. Oh, Doug, long lap there. He has 30 seconds over James. Here comes the bell. Your leader gone by. He is done. Brandon is done. Dan Stewart going to be done. Looking for Doug. That's a race. Race is over. Brandon Roberts early TQ being set there. 55 and a 4:02.
Smoking stolen Marlboros, but we never saw 'em coming till they ran us both outright. Rolling up on 95, but they share right beside me. It's the morning at my side. Such a this morning ending, but it's morning day morning
All right. Track is open. Track is open. All right, get him rolling, get him rolling. You are trying to beat Brandon's TQ of a 55 and a 402. I have a feeling it will not stand. Race will go live. Less than 5. You see Kendall Shaw across the line first. Keith Tishner, Cole Denny, Tommy Wilder. All 4 of them crossed and going. Two crash cars on the back. Bad start. Finally starting to see some fast laps here. 4.5, 4.4. Little too late though. Tommy Wilder on a 50 and a 403. 51 and a 404 now. 4.3 second lap from Tommy. He's looking to go number 4 overall so far. Lots of time to still be made up. Oh, your leader getting caught in a crash on the front. 5.7 second lap. He's in all white and black. Number 23 down the backstretch he goes. Looks like he needs to work on the slipper of that car. Wow. $130 down, 230 left to go. Cole Denny now going to take that top spot. 51 and a 403. Hot lap for him is going to be a 4.4. He's in the all white and black. Number 10 down the front stretch, crossing there. Now to the back. That was a 4.5. Needs a little bit more speed. Tommy in that 2 spot. 1 second behind him. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Keith in the 3, Kendall in the 4. Cole working lap number 30 of 52. He's on a 52 and a 402. Now 51 and a 4 flat. Another little bobble there. 5 second lap for your leader. He's got 1 second over Tommy. Tommy's got 8 seconds over Keith. Keith's got 6 seconds over Kendall. Racing not super tight. Oh, Cole looking to go number 3 for the round. Tommy right behind him in the 4. Both of them putting down better runs than Doug. Cole's got to find about 1 second if he wants to get up to that number 2 spot. Dan Stewart had a 52 and a 4 flat. Right now, Cole's on a 52, 403. That's about 1 second difference. Needs to find all of those tenths. Cole's been super consistent on the 4.5 game. It's not going to cut it. He's going to need to throw down some serious heaters here in the next couple. He's got 30 seconds left on the clock. There's a 4.4 right there. Another 4.5. He's going to need something quicker. A couple 4.2s. 4.6. He's dropping. A 4.8. Oh, he's going to get into the rear end of another car. Kendall, that's your leader. 3:55 down, 5 seconds to go. Cole will be done at the next time by. At the line, your leader will be done. Cole, you are done. Tommy, keep going, keep going. Track is live, track is live. Race is over. Cole going to take it. Tommy in that 2 spot. Keith in the 3.
I've noticed I don't get much help when they see my blue jeans.
All right. Get them rolling. Get them rolling. We got Mike, Artie, Jason, John. Your top four for the late model class right now going to be Brandon, Dan, Cole, Tommy. That's your A-main lineup so far. We got Mike, Artie, Jason, John. Race will go live. Less than 5. Artie, first one on. Going to be John, Mike, Jason. All four crossed and go. Yeah, so far right now, Artie going to whoop up on that hot lap. 4.1. Back-to-back. 3 4.1s. Another 4.1. Mike in that 2 spot. Half a second behind him. Jason in the 3. John in the 4. All of these guys throwing down some heaters. So your leader right now, Artie Popwell, looking to reset TQ. All 4 of these drivers looking to reset it. Right now, all 4 of these guys looking to sit your top 4 in the main. Gonna move Brandon Roberts down to that BQ position. Oh, John with a little bobble, 4.6, 4.7. Gonna need some more laps out of him. He's in that 4 spot, falling down to the number 5 overall. So, paying attention to this race, we are 120 down, 240 left to go. Artie Popwell, your leader. Gray and orange, number 4. Down the front stretch, crossing there. 58 and a 4:01. He's got 3 seconds over Mike. Mike's got 1 second over Jason. They are keeping it close. 1, 2, and 3. Artie, Mike, Jason. John going to be in that 4 spot. Racing is spreading out. Your leader, gray and orange, number 4, crossing the line there. Mike going to be in that 2 spot, all black, number 34, crossing the line there. Jason going to be all white and some blue streaks, number 57. That's your top 3 cars, all of them looking to reset the TQ. Artie out front. He's got 4 seconds over Mike. Mike's got 2 seconds over Jason. And Jason's got 4 seconds over John Ford. All the gaps are spreading out. Closest race on the track. Battle for the 2 spot, Mike and Jason. 1.6 apart. Mike down the front stretch, all black 34. Jason now crossing the line there, all white and blue, number 57. Crossing there, that's your 3 car. 1.7 now between them. Mike with a 4.2, Jason 4.3. Another 4.3 for both of them. Mike 4.2. Gap is spreading out, now 2 seconds apart. With no crashes or bobbles, we should see that continue to spread out. And it does. Now the gap, 2 to 3. Going to be through 2.5 seconds. Mike and Jason now about 3 seconds apart. 3:30 left, or 3:30 down, 30 seconds left on the clock. Artie holding down, 58 and a 4:02. He's got hot lap of the race, 4.12. Mike with a 4.17. Jason 4.2. So the way it sits, our top 3 racers in this heat gonna do better than Brandon's TQ time. John Ford not going to quite fit the pace. He's going to be starting at the top of the B main. There's not enough time for him to get up in there. There is the clock. Keep on going. Artie, you are done. Mike, you will be done. Jason, John, you are done. That's a race. All right. That was our final 13.5 late model race. As it sits, Brandon's TQ going to get blown out of the water. He ran a 55 and a 4:02. Artie, Mike, Jason, all three of them going to reset it. Artie going to be tonight's big TQ. 13.5 late model TQ going to Artie Popwell. Mike in the 2. Jason in the 3. Brandon Roberts in that 4 spot. He is going to be the final car in that A main. We're going to see John, Dan, Cole, Tommy in that B main. I think it's 20 minutes. 45? 50? It is 8:20. Track is shut down. There's not going to be any practice laps. Racing will get back started in 15 minutes. 8:35. Race number 1 will get started. 8:35. Race number 1. 8:35. Race number 1. If you are in one of those lower mains, make sure to have your car ready and an extra battery charged if you make the bump.
Shake a man's hand and look him in the eye. That's so hard to do. Don't blow smoke, don't tell lies. Son, just tell the truth. Rumors going round all around town. You been talking shit. 23.1. Say I can't play and you say I can't sing, and my songs they won't be hits. I've never been a violent man. I'd rather be drinking beer. But that's the name Granddaddy gave me, and let me make it clear. You're gonna shut your mouth. 24.1. Say it to my face. I'm gonna use your ass. I could bring to sweep this place. You're only call up your friends. Better bring a few. I come from a different time. When the men were all school. Seen your kind 1,000 times. All baby faced and cute. No calluses on your hands, no scuffs upon your boots. You probably think the holler is a rap song in your car. You don't know the first damn thing about playing these smoky bars. You're gonna shut your mouth or say it to my face, or I'm gonna use your ass. I could run to sweep this place. Oh, call up your friends. Better bring you. I come from a different time. When the men were all old school. I don't care if you want to speak your mind, son. You got something to say? All I ask you stand up, grow some balls, and say it to my face. Hearing whispers, son. 34 flat. You're still talking shit. You're gonna owe me gas money to get back over here, and it's gonna be talk shit, get hit. You're gonna shut your mouth or say it to my face. I'm gonna use your laugh. I can bring you to sleep this place. Go on, call up your friends. You better bring a few. 'Cause I come from a different town. When the men were all old school. I come from a different town. 23 flat. 'Cause my granddaddy sure was old school. Except for you, son. Talk shit, get hit. What's that? I don't hear nothing. Yeah, that's what I thought. 22.5. I'm waiting. 22.3. Quit school in the 10th grade and I grew out my hair. I got me a job doing lawnmower repair. I met an army recruiter down at the Windy
Race number 1, 13.5, late model C main to the racing will start here in 1 minute. Make your way.
Every Friday night since I turned 22, I trusted you with my naive intention.
Late model C main, Doug, Keith, Kendall, James to the track. It is 8:36. Marshall is going to be from race number 10. Buggy Street Stock A main, Larry, Brandon, Matt, and Dan. That's my marshals. I'm going to need 1 volunteer for Dan. I need Larry, Brandon, Matt Sinex to the track for marshaling. Looking for Larry, Brandon, Matt. Racer's going to be Doug, Keith, Kendall, and James. I see 3 of them. I'm looking for Kendall to the track. Kendall to the racetrack. I still need Larry and Brandon out to the track. Larry and Brandon. All right, let's get the cars on the track. Cars on the track. Still looking for Kendall. Do we have a Kendall in here? Kendall Shaw to the track. Does anybody see Kendall?
There's no one there to listen. There's no one there but him. And he goes to Hank Williams, sings your cheating heart again.
All right, shut the track down. Shut the track down. Kendall Shaw to the track. Kendall Shaw, does anybody see him in the pits? Kendall Shaw. right, Kendall, get yourself 3 flaps.
There's a DJ in Ohio that recalls that New Year's Day when they had to tell the nation that a singer passed away. Sometimes when it's late at night, he'll let some records spin, and the ghost of Hank Williams sings your cheating.
Find yourself some body pins. I would do that right now. Yeah, that body's not going to make it. Someone have some body pins. Someone have some body pins.
Alabama graveyard on a cold December day. A young man with a guitar stares into space and prays.
All right, let's get it lined up. Doug on the 1. Gonna be Keith on the 2. Kendall 3. James in the 4. All right. Doug Townsend leading them off. Kendall, you are in that 3 spot. Doug, Keith, Kendall, James rolling around the track. We'll be going live out of turn 4. That's a good start there. All right, Doug, as he started in that 1 spot. Oh, lap car going to get in his way. Doug from the 1 down to the 3 spot. James from the 4 up to the 1. James and Keith, 1 and 2. Doug going to take over that 2 spot. Keith going to get it wrong. Now Doug playing catch up. Little mistake from James. Going to get it locked up on that car as well. James out front. Doug in that 2 spot. Keith in the 3. Kendall in the 4. We are 1 minute 10 seconds down. 2:50 left to go. James out front. Doug 1.5 behind him. James down the front stretch. All black and white. White wheels. Now to the front. Cross the line there. Number 2. Going to be Doug Townsend. Oh, James. Oh, Kendall going to roll it over. Doug in that 2 spot. Black. White wheels. Same scheme. Down the back stretch he goes. Still 1.5 separating those 2 cars. James on a 53.4 flat. Doug on a 52.4 flat. Keith in that 3 spot. 8 seconds behind Doug. Racing is spreading out. Was 1.8. Now 2.5. Black and white give him room. Kendall, the number 2 car coming up on you next. James with a hot lap of a 4.2. Doug, 4.2. Keith, 4.4. Kendall, 4.4. James out front, pulling a really big gap right now. He has 2.3 over Doug. Doug has 11 seconds over Keith. Bump spot is secured. Just can't crash. No big crashes, and these guys will be secured for the bumps. 3 minutes down, 1 left to go. James keeping his car clean and consistent. Doug struggling a little bit with some rotation issues. Down the front stretch, both of them go down to the back. They have some lap cars in front of them. They will be going for another 40 seconds. 320 down, 40 left to go. .345 down, 15 seconds left to go. Oh, James, big crash there. Doug gonna make up lots of time. Was 3.2, now 1.3. I don't believe there's enough time for a pass. 2 seconds left. Keith is done, Doug is done, Kendall, and James. That's a race. James gonna take the win. Doug in that 2 spot. That is going to be your bumps to the B main. Do what? Slash flip. Your pace or your hot lap? Your pace or your hot lap? Slash late model. You ran a 47.405. You is it? Yeah, it is. You want to learn how to use this? Oh, what is she? All right. Well, whenever you want to get it down, I can show you real quick. All right. Need my marshals from that last one. Need Doug and James back out to the track. Doug and James back out to the track. We have volunteer. All right, we are good on marshals. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Track is open. All right, let's get it ready to race. 2-wheel drive buggy street stock B main. No more laps. No more laps. No more. Tommy on the 1, Sean on the 2, Johnny 3, Eric 4. So Tommy Wilder leading us off. He's going to be in the all-black yellow wheels. Number 23. Whenever he is ready, he is leading us off. Sean on the 2, Johnny 3, Eric 4. Out of turn 4, they'll go live. Oh, good start. Tommy almost giving it up right there. First lap, gonna give it up. Oh, big crash there. Tommy's gonna get his spot back. Sean's gonna get his spot back. Johnny and Eric, 3 and 4. Oh, Tommy gonna go wide. Leave it wide open for Sean to take it. Sean now to the point. He's got 1 second over Tommy. Tommy's struggling to keep that car consistent. Looks really hard to drive. 45 seconds down, 3:15 to go. Sean out front. Tommy in the 2. Eric 3. Johnny 4. Oh, watch the front. Go high. Go high. Don Denny out front. He's in the orange and white. Number 96 down the front stretch, crossing the line there. In that 2 spot, we're going to see Tommy Wilder. Black with yellow wheels, number 23. That's your 130 down, 230 left to go. Sean, Tommy, Eric, your top 3. Closest race in the track. Battle for the 1 spot. Sean and Tommy, 1 second apart. Tommy, hot lap hero, 4.3. Just ran that time. Sean Denny, 4.5. Going to be his hot lap. Tommy's car is fast, just looks really hard to drive. He's making up lots of time on Sean. All right, Eric and Johnny, give your leader plenty of room. Johnny, that's the leader in front of you. Don't run him over. You are being lapped. Same goes for you, Eric. Give them plenty of room. They are having a race. Your leaders get through the carnage. Sean and Tommy now a race. Looks like Tommy's car has calmed down. Looks a lot easier to drive. Actually rounding the corners. Gonna go a little too hard. Gonna leave it open for Sean. Sean's gonna take it back. 2:45 down, 1:15 to go. Tommy's gonna get right down the inside. Leaves it open on the exit. Back and forth, both of them struggling to keep the door shut. Sean's going to leave it open. Now Tommy to the point. Tommy's going to go high. Give it to Sean. They're going to get back to racing. They got 45 seconds. These guys have plenty of time to race each other. Tommy in that 2 spot. He has a 12-second cushion over Eric Mason. So they are racing each other. Shouldn't be much of a worry for losing their positions. All right, Eric, you got Tommy coming up on you. Give him plenty of room. All right, good move there. 10 seconds on the clock. Johnny, give him plenty of room. They are racing to the line. Next time by, they will be done. 1 more lap, final time by. Tommy down the straight, not going to get it. That is a race. Race is over.
Holding on all this time, I'm here in your life, knowing he's in your life, but I keep hoping someday that you'll see the light. That it's here tonight. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Let it be. Some madness. Let yesterday go.
Still looking for a check from Chase and Shannon.
Sunshine beating on the good times, moonlight raising from the grave. String band playing one that honky tonk, spread a young thing going dancing in the rain. Hey, ladies,
All right, shut the track down. Shut the track down. I have 4 cars. I'm looking for 6. Is Chase or Shannon still here? All right. All right, let's get them lined up then. Raise your hand if you don't know how the racing works. Does anybody not know how the racing works here? All right, ready to go then. Justin, you are leading us off. David in that 2 spot now. Ryan 3, Tony 4. Justin, whenever you're ready, you are leading them off. Yeah. Oh, okay. No more laps. Shut it down. You should have yelled out. I asked for him. Can we get that card across the line? Who's in the blue and silver? It's going to be Shannon. Perfect. All right, that's one more racer to join. Get them lined up. Justin, David, Ryan, Tony, and Shannon, you're going to be in the back. Keep the cars close. Keep them close. Out of turn 4. That's a start. Oh, just going to leave it open. David going to dive on him. Going to go high in 2. Big pile up. $25 seconds down, 3:20, 35 left to go. Justin Fay out front. He's got 2 seconds over Ryan. Oh, big crash on the left side. Broken truck again. Shannon out of this one. Justin Fay out front. Ryan in the 2. David in the 3. That's your top 3 racers right now. We are 50 seconds down, 3:10 left to go. Justin out front. He's got 6 seconds over Ryan Hahn. Gonna roll it over. The silver and orange Fox Body Ford Raptor out front. Going down the front stretch, crossing the line. That is your leader. He's on a 41.403. He's got 9 seconds over Ryan. Ryan gonna be in that red, gray. All teal. Ryan's in the all teal chrome rims. Gonna get pushed around, gonna lose his position. Ryan now down to the 4 spot, just off the podium. David moving up to the 2. Tony in that 3 spot. Ryan, another big mistake on the front. Gonna fall even further back. There is lots of time left in this race. 1:45 down, 2:15 to go. Justin, Tony now to the 2. David down to the 3. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Your leader down the backstretch. He will go now. He's at the back of that 4-car line. Oh, getting caught up with the number 4 car. Gonna get around. He has 15 seconds over Tony. Tony, red, gray. Cross the line there. Now to the backstretch. That's your number 2 car. He's got David McBain right behind him. David's going to have a crash of his own. Racing is spreading out. Closest race on the track. Battle for the 2 spot. Looks like the podium is locked up. Tony in that 2 spot. He's got 4 seconds over David. David on that final podium spot. He's got 15 seconds over Ryan. Ryan's in the 4. Just have to keep it slow, smooth, and consistent. 3 minutes down. 1 minute left to go. Oh, watch the right side of the track. That was your number 2 car. Here comes David McBain. 3:15 down, 45 left to go. David losing some time on that lap. He just gained. Tony with a 5.2, his hot lap of the race. David with a 5.5. Oh, and he's going to roll it over. Tony's about to lap him. 30 seconds left. Justin Fay, 18 seconds over the field. Tony in that 2 spot. He's got 7 seconds over David. And David in that 3 spot got 30 over Ryan. Your leaders, 1 and 2, going to roll it over. David McBain back out to that 2 spot. Coming up on it. 5 seconds apart. There's the bell. Justin, Tony, David. Your running order down to the line. David's not going to get it. Race is over. Justin gonna take it home. Tony in the 2, David in the 3.
Town one dust storm, sheepskin cloak across his back. A preacher man with kind old eyes, a mystery for a past. He said he'd come to teach about the love of God, but he soon learned what they were missing there was justice and the law. There was a cattleman who claimed his clan owned all the land around. Any brave fool that might dispute, he was quick to snuff him out. He'd say, take my heat, and you won't pay the price. 'Cause honor and a name ain't worth a damn if you don't have your life. Ain't nobody faster than this cattleman's gun. I'm a rattlesnake on the run. Your lifespan won't be lying in the sand. Fall to the slam of my hammer.
All right, shut it down, shut it down. If you want to make any quick changes, now is the time to do so. All right, no takers. Get them lined up. John Ford, all white, number 69 out front. Dan Stewart, blue and red, number 26 in the 2. Cole Denny, white and orange, number 10. Tommy in the 4, James 5, Doug 6. All right, John Ford, all white, leading them off whenever he is ready. Down the backstretch they go. Out of turn 4, they will go live. Good start. Oh, little bobble there. They're going to regain their positions. James going to fall back a little bit in the order. Going to get in the backside of Doug. Big mistake there, caught in the wall. Your top three going to hold their positions. John out front, struggling to shake Dan Stewart. Dan keeping his line clean. He's starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Cole. And now Cole has Tommy Wilder in that 4th spot, 2 seconds behind him. Tommy is getting lapped. He's letting them all go. Very nice. Now Doug going to take over that number 4 spot. Doug, black and white down the front stretch. He is coming up on the leaders. He's going to make a move on the 3 car. Oh, we're going to get into him. Rolling over. Unfortunate. 1 minute down, 3 left to go. John Ford, the run that he is on right now would have been fast enough to seat him number 3 in that A main. Now he's going to have to race into it. He's on a 55 and a 4 flat. He's got 2 seconds over Dan Stewart. Your leader down the backstretch, now to the front. He's coming up to the backside of Tommy. Thank you for giving him room. He will be lapping Cole Denny here in a moment. Dan Stewart in the 2, Cole Denny in the 3, Doug 4, Tommy 5, James 6. Oh, Doug going to have a slow lap there. He's going to be falling back to the 6th spot. He's got James Bruther right in front of him for the 5. Now James going to take the 4 spot. Tommy down to the 5. 4, 5, 6. All 3 black cars on the track. Tommy's going to check out. James now up to the 4. Doug in the 5. Tommy down to the 6. Both of the black cars down the front stretch now. They are right behind Dan Stewart. Number 2 on the clock. Doug going to try to make that move into the 4 position. Right now, James Bruther, he's in that 4 spot. He is 6 seconds away from Cole Denny. That's about a lap and a half. So he needs a crash from Cole. Cole's 3 seconds behind Dan. Dan's 3 seconds behind John. Oh, James with a mistake. Almost getting into the leader. Real close there. So your leader down the front stretch now. All white, number 69, white wheels. Crossing there. He's on a 55-4 flat. He's got 3 seconds over Dan Stewart. Dan's on the blue and red, number 26. Oh, Cole, big mistake. It's fine. Cole's got 10 seconds over Doug. Looks like Doug's down the front stretch now. All black and white crossing there. 7-second gap for that number 3 position. Oh, Dan gonna roll it over. Cole has to over a lap. Dan and Cole separated by 6 seconds. I don't believe we're gonna see a change there. 3:45 down, 15 left to go. John Ford, 100% flawless run out of him. Consistent 4.39 average lap out of him. Gonna be done next time by. There's the bell. John Ford going to the A main. Dan Stewart following up behind him. Stock/A main going up next. Race number 5, stock slash 3 racers. Track is live. Open. Matt, Max, Christian. All right, shut it down, shut it down. Matt, Max, Christian, that's your top 3 running order. Get them lined up. Matt Sinex, whenever you're ready, you are leading them off. Matt has a rear end full of Max, Mason, and Christian Jenkins. They will be going live out of turn 4. Your leader down the backstretch now. All red, gray, and black. That's Matt Sinex. Your leader crossing the line now. 43 and a 4.02. Just ran a hot lap of a 5.1. Another 5.1. Max with a 5.1. Racing is close. 1, 2, 3. Christian now moving up to the 2 spot. Max with a slow lap. Now Christian going to throw down a 5.2. So Matt Sinex, big mistake in turn 1. Gonna roll it over and forfeit his lead. Oh, Max gonna give it up, ride the pipe and turn around. That was his chance at a walkaway in the 2 spot, just gave it away. Now Matt, fastest truck on the track. Running down Christian Jenkins, fresh meat from the sportsman class. Trying to make his beginning here. He's got half a second over Matt. Now Matt cutting it down with a 5.10. 130 down, 230 left to go. Clean race. Don't get into him. All red and gray, number 95 crossing the line there. He's got Matt Sinex, red and gray, number Fox Body. Down the backstretch they go. Leaving the inside open a bit. Matt looking for it, not going to take it just yet. They are on the track together. Christian going to leave it open. He's going to start to bring that line down lower. He's going to leave it a little too open. Now Matt's going to take the point. Matt Sinex now out front. Christian in the 2. Max coming up in that 3 spot. Matt and Christian. Oh, Christian's going to get up on 2 wheels now. Max Mason up to the 2 spot. Matt with a little bobble ran a 5.2 that last time. This time by going to be a 6 flat. Max picking up 0.6 of a second in that 1 lap. Three minutes down, 1 minute left to go. The gap now, Mac and Max, 1.5 apart. Racing is separating out. Christian trying to make a run at Max. That's going to be your closest race in the track. 1 second apart. Max with a little bobble. Here comes Christian. Christian in that 3 spot. 95 chasing down the purple and blue. 3:30 down, 30 seconds left. Max just has to go 6 more laps. Holding off Christian Jenkins. Christian cleaning up his lines, making up lots of time on Max. He's a couple times by. Just ran his fastest couple of laps. Car's going to get squirrely on exit right there. He's going to lose a little bit of time. 350 down, 10 left to go. Max going to go by. Next time by, going to be his final lap. Max at the line, going to be done. Max is finished. Christian's finished. And Matt Sinex is finished. That is a race. No more laps. No more laps. No more laps. Shut it down at the front stretch. All righty. Real smooth. All right, let's get them lined up. Chris Workman, all white and blue, number 71, leading us off. Dean, orange, blue stripes, number 56 in the 2. Eddie Sadler in that 3 spot, going to be the all red, black rims. And you got Chase in the 4, Paul in the 5. Whenever you're ready, Chris, you are leading them off. One full lap around the track. Out of turn 4, they're going full speed. Good start there. We have to restart the race. Pull it over. No more laps. No more laps. So we need our 5 and 6 car to get across the line cleanly, or it screws the whole running order up. So Chris, Dean, Eddie, Chase, Paul. That works. All right, as they ran, Chris in the 1, Dean in the 2, Chase up to the 3, Paul 4, Eddie 5. First 30 seconds going down, 4:30 left on the clock. Chris Workman leading them off. Dean in the 2, Paul in the 3. Racing is separating out. Closest race in the track. Battle for the 2 spot. Dean and Paul. Dean in the 2. Paul in the 3. 1 second apart. That is the closest race in the track. Chris Workman out front. He's on a 58.501. He's got 8 seconds over Dean Riley. Dean's got 3.5 over Paul. Oh, watch the backstretch go low down the back. It's clear. Oh, big crashes. Not a single bit of close racing on the track. Every single car on this track on their own lap. Oh, watch the back. Go high down the back. High down the back. 2:15 down. 2:45 left to go. Every single racer right now 10 seconds apart. Chris and Dean 17 seconds apart. Dean and Paul 10 seconds apart. Paul and Chase 13 apart. Chase and Eddie 45 apart. Looks like Chase gonna pull off the track, gonna move Eddie up to that 4 spot. Whew. 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Dean gonna run his hot lap of the race 5.2. Chris Workman 4.8. Fastest lap of the race by a mile. He's got it by about 0.5 of a second. Dean in that 2 spot. Dean's in that all orange blue stripe, number 56, crossing the line there. He's got 10 seconds over all blue Paul Taylor. 1:30 left on the clock. Looks like Eddie's going to pull off the track. .45 seconds left on the clock. Chris, Dean, Paul, Eddie. That's your top 4 right now. 1 and 2, Chris and Dean separated by 25 seconds. Dean and Paul separated by 10 seconds. Oh, your leader and Dean getting caught up on each other. Paul might make up a little bit of time here. Looks like the leader has broken. He has 25 seconds over Dean Riley. We're going to see what happens. There is 20 seconds left on the clock. I believe Dean is going to get it. If he can go by for one more lap, he might get it. The car isn't doing it. 10 seconds left. Dean getting caught up in some traffic. He's going to take the lead on the last lap. Going by. Here he comes. Dean Riley out front. Paul Taylor going to take the 2 spot on the last lap. A kick in the face. Race is over. Dean, Paul, Chris, your top 3. Chris was throwing down a dominant lap time. Absolutely dominant pace. Something broke on the car. I think he threw a pinion. All right. They are ready to rock. Let's get John Mosby out front. Matt Sinex in the 2. Clinton in the 3. Anthony in the 4. John out front. Matt in the 2. Clinton in the 3. Anthony in the 4. All right, John, whenever you're ready. There he goes. Matt in the 2. Clinton 3. Anthony 4. Nice, slow, smooth pace for your leader. Out of turn 4. Good start there. He's going to get the jump on Matt. Going to start pulling away right off the bat. Clinton Tishner going to make that move to the 2 spot. Early move for him. He does have the fastest car on the track by quite a bit. Just then, John going to throw down a 4.9. Clinton has a 4.9 as well. Matt, 5.1, his hot lap. Anthony with a 5.3. Oh, Anthony rode over. Matt going to stuff it in his rear end. 45 seconds down, 3:15 left to go. John out front on a 47.404. That is fast enough to reset his TQ pace. Clinton in that 2 spot, all over his rear side. All orange and white in the number. All orange, number 1 crossing the line there. Down the backstretch he goes. He's got the green and black. Oh, a little wide. That sounded really bad. Gonna ride the pipe and roll it over. Mosby down to the 2 spot. Clinton Tishner out front. John in the 2, Matt in the 3, Anthony 4. John had that mistake of going too high and leaving the inside to Clinton. Clinton's cars always never give him that inside. He will walk away with it. Thank you, Anthony. So Clinton, John, Matt Sinex, that's your top 3 running order. Closest race in the track. Battle for the number 1. Clinton and John, 3.5 apart. Clinton about to lap John Mosby rather than the other way around. John catching up to Clinton. Clinton just the absolute fastest car on the track right now. He's got about 2/10 on him every single lap. Clinton with a 4.9, John with a 5.3. Clinton 5 flat, John with a 5.3. Clinton's going to make the move on him again. Going to get the lap on him. Clinton's going to go wide. Wide entrance, tight exit. Had that apex down. Going to get the inside back on John. Clinton Tishner out front on a 47.4 flat. John in that 2 spot, 5 seconds behind him. He has been lapped. That is your closest race, though, for the 1. It is spreading out. Battle for the last podium position. Matt in that number 3 spot. Anthony in the 4. They are 6.3 seconds apart. Anthony about 7 seconds now away from a podium finish. There is 20 seconds left. 15 seconds left on the clock now. Your leader going to go by for 3 more laps. 3 more laps for your leader now. He's on a 47.401. Working lap number 47 now. At the line, he will be done. Clinton is finished. John is finished. Matt Sinex is finished. That is a race. Clinton's going to take it. John the 2, Matt in the 3.
my two ex-wives. All that I need, small bag of weed and a friend. A place we can go where the beer is ice cold, and the women don't care where you've been. 'Cause I've been through hell, I've been locked up in jail, left out in the cold. I've been drunk, I've been stoned, been out in my mind, one night stand at a time. I need a lady to hold me.
All right, no more laps. If you want to make a change, now is the time to do so. Now is the time. All right, shut the track down. Shut the track down. Very smooth. All right, line them up. It's going to be Artie Popwell on the one. All orange and gray, number 4. Leading us out. Mike Basham in that 2 spot. Gonna be the all black number 34. Then Jason Basham, all white and blue number 57. Brandon 4, John 5, Dan Stewart 6. Whenever you're ready, Artie, you are leading these guys off. 6 car A main. Artie gonna take the TQ. Gonna see if he can't go tone to tone with the rest of these guys. That's a good start. Awesome. All 6 cars getting in a clean first lap. Mike gonna go wide in turn 2. Gonna lose 3 positions. He is down to the 5 spot. He's gonna get back 2 of them. John's gonna get it back. So John Ford from the B main up to that final podium position. He's going to roll it over. All white number 69 now back down to the 5 spot where he started. Brandon Roberts from the 4 to the 2. Brandon, he's in that all orange number 1 white wheels. Down the backstretch he goes. He is 1.8 off of the leader and gaining time. Artie with a 4.18. Brandon 4.19. Artie 4 flat. Hot lap of the race by half a tenth. Mike Basham got back up into that 3 spot. Had a mistake there. Back down to the 5 he goes. John Ford up to that final podium position. He's got Jason Basham 1 second behind him. Another half a second back is going to be Mike Basham. Battle for that podium closing up. John Ford, all white, number 69, down the backstretch. Now to the front, crossing the line. He's got Jason and Mike coming up on him. Now Mike getting ahead of Jason. We are 1:45 down, 2:15 left to go. Artie, 57 and a 4:01. Brandon, 3 seconds behind him. Your leader down the front stretch, crossing the line there. All gray and orange, number 4, Artie Popwell. 57 and a 4 flat. Now 3 seconds, 3.2 over Brandon Roberts. Brandon, all orange, number 1, down the front stretch, crossing the line. He has 7 seconds over John Ford. So podium positions 1, 2, and 3 pretty much locked between them. Mike Basham, however, from the outside looking in, he is half a second off of John Ford. John down the front stretch. He is the white car. Mike Basham now behind him in the black car. All white 69, followed by the all black 34. John's going to catch the ball, go high down the back, high down the back. John Ford now being lapped by the number 3, Mike Basham. Gonna get it done on him. John Ford down to the 5 spot, losing that podium. Jason moving up to the 4. Mike moving all the way up to the 3. 1, 2, and 3 big gaps between them. All of them on their own laps. Artie working lap number 47. Brandon on lap 45. We are 3:30 down, 30 seconds left on the clock. Artie, he's got a 6-second gap. Brandon, he's got a 7-second gap over Mike. And Mike's got 3 seconds over Jason. Big gaps, big gaps. We are 15 seconds left. Jason going to have a little bobble. John Ford's going to pull off the track. Top 4 is locked up, and they're not going anywhere. Positions will not be changing. Final lap for your leader, this time by. At the line, he has been caught. Artie is done. Going to take the TQ and the win. Brandon from the 4 spot up to the 2. And Mike Basham going to finish out strong in the 3. Flawless run from your TQ. Artie Popwell going to take it tone to tone. He didn't even let him see a bit of it. All right, there were 6 racers in that last one, and I think 4 of them should be out here. Looking for one more. One more. Can I get one volunteer in turn 4? One volunteer. Can I get just one volunteer to help out in turn 4? All right, get the track shut down. No more laps, no more laps. Can I get one person to help volunteer in turn 4? One person. Thank you, Matt Sinex. All right, let's get them lined up. Oh. Who are we missing? All right. Gotcha. So Dean on the 1. I see Paul back in the pits. Chris in the 3. Thomas 4. Ronnie 5. Eddie 6. All right, Dean Riley out front. Paul in that 2 spot. Chris 3, Thomas 4, Ronnie 5, Eddie 6. Got those tires warmed up. All of them are checked in. Dean leading them off. Out of turn 4. All right. Yeah, let's restart the race. Need a clean first lap. Let's get a clean first lap. Just roll the corners. If the car's going to step out, just let it roll. Let's try to keep our positions. Dean, Paul, Chris, Thomas. There's 4 minutes to make passes. Doesn't need to happen in the first 10. That's a good start for the leader. Number 2 going to step out. 3 going by. And we have Thomas from that 4 spot working up to the 2. Going to spin out going down the backstretch. He's all the way back to the 5 spot. Dean Riley still holding out his lead position, just trying to keep the car clean going around the track. He's got a lap now over Eddie. Ronnie now up into that 2 spot. He's getting around right now. Oh, got another rear side of him. They get back together. Dean gonna spin out. 1 minute down, 3 left to go. Dean holding down the front. He's on a 35 and a 4:04 pace. He's got 3 seconds over Ronnie. Ronnie's got 9 seconds over Thomas. Looks like Thomas had a big mistake on the front. He's going to be falling way back. Thomas going to be holding down his 3 spot. Paul Taylor right behind him. Paul just rolling it slow around the track, trying not to crash. 1:30 down, 2:30 left to go. Dean out front. 36 and a 4:01. Illustrating his hot lap of a 5.8. Dean has 15 seconds over Ronnie. Ronnie's got half a second over Thomas. Oh, looks like Thomas going to have trouble in the infield. Now Ronnie going to start working a lap on him. Down the front stretch he goes. Down the back, Thomas will go. He's all red. Down the front stretch, crossing the line there. Getting around Chris Workman. And he's coming up on Paul Taylor. Oh, he's going to get into the backside of Ronnie. I didn't see what happened to Ronnie. Now Thomas up to the 2. Ronnie back to the 3. Chris Workman 3 seconds away from that number 3 spot. Here comes Chris. Going to take over that podium position. Thomas going to fall way back to the 5. Didn't see what happened. He had a 16-second lap. Chris up to that 3. He is half a second off of Ronnie. Chris Workman 1.6 off of Ronnie. Ronnie 30 seconds away from the leader. The leader is pulling away big time. We have 1 minute left on the clock. Chris Workman going to take over that 2 spot last time by. Ronnie going to go a little high in turn 3, going to spin out. Got to keep the car in the line and be smooth on the throttle and brakes. 3:20 down, 40 seconds left to go. Stock SR10 class. Dean Riley walking away with it. He has 35 seconds over Chris. He's just been keeping it real smooth and steady. Not really running hot laps or anything. But he has been limiting the major mistakes. Here comes the clock. Dean Riley going to be done at the line. Thomas, Chris, Ronnie, Paul, and Eddie. That's a race. Dean going to take it. Thomas in the 2, Chris in the 3. No more laps. No more laps. Park it in the middle. There was quite a few racers in that last one. I don't think a single one of them are in this next race. So I need some of the marshals from that last one back out here. If you race that last one, make your way back out to the track. You should not be walking back to the pits unless the marshal spots are full. All right. No more laps. No more laps. Let me get my marshal to his spot. If you want to make a change, now is the time to do so. No more laps. No more laps. Let me get my marshal out there. You good there, Dan? All right, I have my marshal. Larry Knight out front. Threw down a killer TQ run. He's got Brandon right behind him and Matt in that 3 spot. Whenever Larry's ready, he is leading them off. Oh, Brandon in the yellow and white, following close behind him. Good start there. Oh, Brandon going a little high on the right side. Going to lose quite a bit of time on that first lap. Going to be a 5.2 from Brandon. Larry with a 4.2. Brandon's going to make up that time. He's going consistent 4.3s. Larry going to clip the pipe and roll it over. Back to the 3 spot he goes. He's going to get the inside on Matt Sinex. Now, it's between him and Brandon. They are the 2 fastest cars on the track. Larry's got high lap of the race, 4.20. Brandon, 4.22. Matt with a 4.4. We are 45 seconds in, 3:15 left to go. Final race of the night. We have just a little over 3 minutes left of racing. Larry Knight out front now. Got around Brandon. Didn't see what happened. Larry on a 55.402. He is going down the front stretch now. That car is on rails. All black and white. Number 5. He's got Tommy Wilder in front of him. Give him room. Thank you. You got the number 2 car coming up on you as well, Tommy. Brandon Roberts in that 2 spot. 1 second behind him and losing time. He just ran a 4.4, 4.3 that time. Backing up with another 4.3. Larry, 4.2, 4.2, 4.3. He is pulling a gap. Oh, Larry getting up to the backside of some traffic. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Sean. 1:45 down, 2:15 to go. Larry Knight down the back, now to the front stretch. He has lapped the number 3 car. Matt Sinex, all gray white wheels, has been lapped by the leader. Larry and Brandon on a whole different pace. Brandon with a slow lap of his own, a 5.7. The gap is growing for the leaders. Larry and Brandon now 3 seconds apart. Matt in that 3 spot, 2 seconds behind Brandon. Dan Stewart in the 4, 10 seconds off the podium. Sean, 1/10 of a second off of Dan. That is the race to watch right now. Dan Stewart, blue and red, number 26. Down the front stretch he goes. He's got Sean Denny letting the leaders by. Dan, you have another leader coming up on you. Make sure to give him plenty of room. Sean Denny going to be in the orange and white. Down the backstretch he goes. Number 19. Larry making his way through the traffic. He is looking to lap Brandon. Coming up on Tommy. $3:15 down, 45 seconds left to go. The gaps are spreading out. Larry, he's got 4 seconds over Brandon. Brandon's got 4 seconds over Matt. And Matt's got 14 over Dan. Dan's got half a second over Sean. So the battle for the 4 spot between Dan and Sean. That's the closest race on the track. It's down to 2/10. Now 1/10 of a second at the line. Sean diving in there. Not quite going to get it. Oh, Sean's going to get in the rear end of him. Not the cleanest pass we want to see. Sean's going to give it back to him. They are not racing for any other position. They do have Tommy Wilder right behind him. Tommy's going to get it wrong. Sean's going to give it back to Dan. I didn't see what happened. To the line they will get. Larry is done. Looking for Brandon. That's a race. Race is over. Larry, Brandon, Matt, that's your top 3. Larry not quite tone to tone. Made it sketchy in the beginning, had to roll it over, give up 2 positions, and win them right back. All right, that is the end of racing tonight. If you could grab the blowers and set them on the wall for me. If you made a podium or a top qualifying title, make your way up front so you can get your podium picture. Other than that, everybody that made the special trip out here, have a good